Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Adrian College men's basketball. Tonight, we bring you an exhibition contest against the Adrian College Bulldogs, and we are at Syracuse University, ladies and gentlemen, at the Carrier Dome, as the Bulldogs will take on the Syracuse Orange here this evening. What an opportunity for Adrian College to showcase itself on a national stage against one of the top programs in Division I men's basketball. Syracuse University comes into this game with one exhibition contest under their belt. They beat Carleton out of Canada 76-68 back on November the 2nd. This will be the first and only exhibition contest for the Adrian College Bulldogs due to Division III rules, which state that you can only play one non-Division III team in a preseason contest. Ryan Thompson here to bring you the game along with Ben Moman. Ben, what are your thoughts of the Carrier Dome here?
Sorry, we're just trying to get things going here, but the Carrier Dome is more beautiful than I imagined. Seeing the 44 jersey up in the rafters and seeing Carmelo behind us, all of it's got to be one of the most exciting things to happen here at Adrian College.
Yeah, it certainly is, and these opportunities don't come along very often, and this was a unique opportunity for Adrian College, and one of the things we talked about as we prepared for this game was were people going to talk to us about how did this happen, Ben, and can you give us the details on how it went down, actually?
Well, the whole thing started 4 years ago when President Docking and Mike Duffy were looking for another sport to bring into the school. They traveled to a conference and met Renee Baumgartner, who was the coach of Oregon's acrobatic and tumbling team, and she was also the president of the acrobatic tumbling league. And Adrian added that team, and we have them now. And the communication just kept going. And one day they said, "Hey, maybe we could come and play a Division I game with you guys." And Syracuse kept them on the short list, and here we are today.
What an amazing story, and it's funny how you can meet somebody and make a contact with them, and it can be some of this opportunity like this, and that can really change your men's basketball program and put you for the best.
You guys working? All right.
Well, right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're just about minutes away from tip-off, and it looks like we're about ready to have our national anthem, and so we will select it to the public address announcer for tonight's national anthem. So give us a minute, and we'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join the Atlantic Coast Conference, our players and coaches in honoring America and celebrating its freedom and those who protect it. Let us rise as one nation and one people for our national anthem, which will be sung tonight by Savannah Harmon, a 16-year-old Cicero native. Presentation of the colors is by the Syracuse University ROTC unit.
Oh. So proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the
Well, we're back after a wonderful national anthem. We're about minutes from starting tonight's contest. Once again, Ryan Thompson and Ben Moman here from the Carrier Dome on the campus of Syracuse University as Adrian College takes on the Orange here in an exhibition contest tonight. At this point, Ben, let's go over the starting lineups for both teams.
All right, well, starting for your Bulldogs, Ricky Jackson, the 6'3 guard out of Detroit, Michigan, and Curtis Gordon, number 10, 5'11", 185 senior out of Detroit, Michigan. Justin Weber, the new transfer out of Adrian, Michigan, 6'5", 210-pound sophomore. And Eric Lewis coming off of an injury, and we look to see how he responds. The guard, 6'2", out of Detroit, Michigan, and Ben Rodak, who had a pretty successful year last year in his sophomore campaign out of Imlay City, Michigan.
And for Syracuse Orange, they're going to start tonight, number 5, Chris McCullough, who's a freshman forward from the Bronx, New York. Also starting at guard will be number 10, Trevor Cooney. He's a redshirt junior from Wilmington, Delaware. Also starting at guard, number 14, Caleb Joseph, a freshman from Nassau, New Hampshire. Starting at forward will be a sophomore from Union, New Jersey, number 21, Tyler Roberson. And finally, a senior, the only senior in the starting lineup, and a forward, 6'9", 250, number 25, Rakeem Christmas. Adrian is coached by Mark White. He has been here for 5 years in his alma mater, a 1989 graduate of Adrian College. And you all know, if you follow college basketball, the coach of the Orange is legendary coach Jim Boeheim with 948 career wins. Been in the Division I ranks, trailing only Mike Krzyzewski. Once again, folks, we're about ready to start this contest from the Carrier Dome, a multi-purpose facility. The Orange football team also plays here, and as you look at the banners up here, you see Jim Brown, as they say, the greatest player ever in Syracuse history. His jersey retired. The number 44, really popular. A lot of the best players in their history have worn number 44 on the gridiron. And you also have the number 5, Donovan McNabb. Many people will recognize that name, a quarterback for many years of the Philadelphia Eagles. Once again, this will be the first contest for Adrian College, the only exhibition game that they will play, and they will open up the season, actually, coming up this weekend on November the 15th, and they're going to be playing Misericordia, and that will be a neutral site game as they're going to play in the Widener Tip-Off Classic. They will get going at 6:30, and then they will play against Penn State Lehigh Valley. That's also in the Widener Tip-Off, and that's scheduled to be on the 16th. Right now, it just depends. Adrian College is about ready to tip it up, and certainly a David versus Goliath story here tonight, Ben.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Adrian Bulldogs' tallest player on their team is 6'5", and Syracuse Orange throwing out Christmas, who's standing at a whopping 6'9". They have a few players at 6'10". So obviously, there's going to be a few mismatches. I talked to Drew Torrey before the game, and he said we're still sticking to man. So We'll see how that works out for them in the beginning of this game. We know Syracuse, one of the few teams in collegiate basketball that runs a 2-3 zone.
Yes.
So. And they have every right to do that with how big those players are. So
it is kind of interesting to see the jump of center between Justin Webster, and Rakeem Christmas as we're set to go. And obviously the Orange will control the tap, and that's one of the things we'll talk about throughout the game is can Adrian rebound against this much taller front court and back court. Ball inside to Christmas. He goes up and he is fouled. McCullough with a dump pass down inside, and the first free throws of the game will go to Rakeem Christmas.
You know, one more thing that Drew Torrey told me, he said, we expect that Syracuse is going to go down low. With as big as their team is, of course they're going to pound the paint. And as we saw in the first play, Christmas going in through the lane, taking a foul. Nothing wrong with that early in the game. Yeah,
they're going to go down low all night, it would seem, as Christmas hits the front of the rim and it drops through 1-0 in favor of Syracuse. Christmas, a senior, really the only senior that gets playing time as most Division I athletes at this level, as Syracuse is a top 23. Actually, they're 23rd in the preseason polls, and they make the first 2 points of this contest. And that'll be it for Tyler Roberson. He exits. Michael Beneje will enter the game, and here comes a full court press by the Orange. Curtis Gordon's trapped, but he gets out of it. He breaks the timeline, 2-on-1 if Adrian can score. Eric Lewis with the pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound by Chris McCullough. Orange are looking to run as they cross half court. Caleb Joseph with the ball. Jumps from about 12 feet, no good. Rebound, Ben Rodak over the Bulldogs. 2-0 as we are 30 seconds into this one.
Good start on the boards, and like we saw with Lewis going down and taking a quick shot, expect a lot of that tonight. The Bulldogs have to get the ball out of their hand quickly.
Syracuse in that patented 2-3 zone. This will be a great measuring stick for the Bulldogs. Jackson thought about it. Still has it. He's a left-handed shooter. Curtis Gordon with it. 6 on the shot clock. He drives and is blocked by Christmas. McCullough with the ball. Joseph, left wing. Trevor Cooney for 3. That's no good. Rebound. McCullough inside. Layup, no good as well. Missed the bunny as Adrian Justin Webster pulls down the rebound.
And with that bunny miss, the Bulldogs really need to capitalize and get some points on the board.
Inside, about a 12-footer. Nothing but net. Ricky Jackson Jr. with the jump shot, and we are tied at 2 apiece.
Expect a lot of that out of Ricky Jackson this year. He had a phenomenal year. Had to take a lot of the load after Eric Lewis went down, and we expect him to have a tremendous season this year.
Cooney with the drive, kicks it out to Caleb Joseph. He drives inside. Cut off there by the Bulldogs. Cooney top of the key. He drives in on Jackson. Jumper is good from about 10 feet. 4-2 in favor of Syracuse. Curtis Gordon with the ball. The point guard for the Bulldogs. One of the few veterans on this ball club. This is his 4th year with the program. He's from Detroit Osborne High School. Adrian will be very patient tonight against this 2-3 zone. You don't want to take a quick shot. Lewis with the ball. Fakes it back out to Ben Rodak. Right wing. They're going to work it around the horn. Jackson from the top of the key. Strong on the three-pointer. Caleb Joseph with the rebound. Outlet to Beneje. Beneje drives. Scoop and score. That will count, and a foul against Ricky Jackson.
Tough break there for the Bulldogs. Ricky Jackson's got to look for a better op there.
Couple substitutes for the Bulldogs. Number 2, Earl Swift, will enter the game. He's a sophomore from Southfield, Michigan. He'll replace Curtis Gordon. Ricky Jackson also exits as number 3. Jamison Webster enters. He's a senior. He is a transfer. He played his last 2 years across town at Siena Heights. But AJ trying to complete the three-point play, and he does. Syracuse leads 7-2. 17:46 left here in the opening half.
Interesting to see Jamison and Justin Webster, both out on the court. Both transfers from Siena Heights and both Adrian natives.
Yeah, both went to Madison High School, been playing with each other all their lives. 2 big gets here by the Bulldogs to get them to transfer. Very skilled players. Webster, Jamison with it to Earl Swift. Way behind the arc. Let's see if they can't penetrate this zone. Only 3 on the shot clock. High screen. Here's the kick. Earl Swift for 3. No, off the front of the rim, but AJ with the rebound. He pushes up to Cooney on the right wing. Picks up his dribble. Now to Joseph. Lob pass inside to Rakeem Christmas. He goes up and is going to be fouled from behind by Rodak.
Nothing wrong with that from Rodak. Looked like he got a little bit of ball there first, but can't complain when you're coming from behind and going up against a guy that's 6'9". So.
Absolutely. Anytime you come from behind like that, you're probably going to get the whistle. Earl Walton, Tim Ebersol, and Bob Testa are tonight's officials. At the free throw line, Christmas hits his first. He's 3 for 3 from the line to start this one. Trevor Cooney will exit, and into the game for the first time is B.J. Johnson, the sophomore from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, wearing number 2 for the Orange. Christmas with another one. 6'9", 250, folks. That's a good tight end in the NFL. That's off the side of the rim. Rodak with the rebound, and here come the Bulldogs down now 8-2. Far right wing, Lewis with the ball. Trying to get a high screen. He gets one from Justin Webster. Skips it cross court to Earl Swift. Webster gets it back, Jamison Webster. They're all going around the perimeter right now. Not a whole lot of room on the inside for Adrian. Webster flies high post. Justin Webster picks up his dribble. Over to his brother Jamison. In the corner, Eric Lewis for 3. No good. Rebound to the Orange. Joseph with it. 4-on-2. Over to the right wing. Down low baseline. Up in the layup is good. Nice job there by 21, Tyler Roberson. His first 2 points. And just like that, in transition, it's 10-2 Orange.
Now you understand that the Bulldogs going to have a tough time trying to get into the inside, but getting stuff inside the three-point line would be very key. Too many perimeter shots early in this game to get them down.
They got to hit that high post and take a shot. That's really going to be their only way to get inside. There's a nice move inside there by Justin Webster, and he draws the foul on Christmas.
And see, just like that, as soon as you start drawing fouls, get guys in trouble and foul trouble, something can happen with that.
Yeah, in order to beat 2-3 zones, you really have to hit the high elbows, if you can, the left or the right elbow, or find somebody in the corner for threes. And a lot of times that baseline will be open as well. First free throw of the night for the Bulldogs. Justin Webster hits. Into the lineup now for the Orange, number 4, Ron Patterson, sophomore from Broad Ripple, Indiana. Last exhibition game for the Cuse. Justin Webster, second free throw is up and nothing but net. 10-4 now. Adrian with a jumper and 2 free throws. 16 minutes left here in the first half. Live from the Carrier Dome. Yes, the Carrier Dome. 3-point shot straight away. No good by Patterson. Reach over the back and knocked out of bounds there by Roberson. It'll be the Bulldogs' ball, and we'll have our first media timeout. 15:55 to go in the first half. It's Syracuse 10 and Adrian 4. We're back here from the Carrier Dome on the campus of Syracuse University. Adrian College men's basketball in an exhibition contest against the number 23 Orange in Division I. This is a program with 5 Final Fours. They won the 2003 National Championship. Certainly one of the top-notch programs in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Syracuse switched to the ACC just a couple years ago from the Big East. They were 28-6 last year. Finished second in the ACC. They lost C.J. Fair and Tyler Ennis to the NBA. We weren't on the air too much before the start of this contest. We'll give you a little bit more of the breakdown. Freshman Chris McCullough, who got the start tonight, one of the top recruits in the nation at 6 feet 10 inches tall. I think he was as high as the number 2 recruit in certain recruiting practices, as they had many across the country, 2 or 3 different people that rate these players, and he was number 2 as a center. Also, Carmelo Anthony, somebody obviously, Ben, who is a really famous alumni. In his only season here in 2003, he guided them to the national championship.
Absolutely. Another player to look out for tonight, Caleb Johnson, or Joseph, excuse me. He was rated the number 1 player in the state of New York.
Wow.
And the best point guard, or best of his position as well. So Syracuse did a great job over the summer in their recruiting.
And absolutely, and why wouldn't you come to a place like this? This is a awesome atmosphere. Obviously, this seats around 35,000 for basketball games. Not quite that many here tonight, as, again, this is just an exhibition contest for both schools. And I would say we have a pretty good crowd, around 7,000 or 8,000 maybe here. And, you know, a lot of props to the students from Adrian College, Ben. They had a bus that traveled. It's about an 8-hour trip to get here.
Yeah, it's a tough drive.
And we're about ready for play. Eric Lewis is going to inbound underneath his own hoop. Almost a 5-second call. He gets it into Justin Webster. The ball is loose. Stolen away there by Patterson. Underneath. Reverse layup. No good by 21. That's Roberson, but the putback is good by Rakeem Christmas.
And you know what? That's just size. There's nothing you can do about that in that situation.
Yeah, there's no way they could box him out there either. Jamison Webster with it. Another full court press employed here by the Orange. They beat it. Eric Lewis is going to drive to the hoop. Scoop shot up and good. Eric Lewis missed most of last year, Ben, but that's nice to see him get his first 2 points.
It sure is. He's one of their best players on this team, and it looked like he was just going up, too, and like you said, he missed most of the season last year to a knee injury. We expect a lot out of him this season.
This jump shot there by B.J. Johnson, out for a 3-point try. That rims out by Beneje. Offensive rebound, though, by Johnson. Ball is kicked out of bounds, and it'll belong to Syracuse. Once again, that's 7 or 8 offensive rebounds already for Syracuse. And Adrian, 5 or 6 inches. It seems like shorter in most of the positions here, Ben. It's going to be really hard. Fundamentals and boxing out is going to be key if they're going to grab the boards.
It sure is.
Ramon Harp now into the game, 32 for Adrian. His first season with the team, a junior from Sun City area. The only Bulldog not from Detroit or from Michigan, I should say. 3-pointer in the corner, shot no good. Good box out there, and a rebound for Adrian College. Rodak tapped it to Eric Lewis. Adrian trails us in this one 12-6, but doing so far so good against this top-notch program. Around the horn again, that 2-3. Beneje steps into the passing lane, but the ball goes off his foot and out of bounds. He would have had a fast break layup dunk if he could have got that onto his hand and went all the way. But that'll be Adrian's inbound in front of us here at the scores table.
Yeah, Syracuse jumping on the passing lanes early, and the Bulldogs need to be sure to not telegraph those passing lanes as well.
Ball fakes, very important, especially in his zone. Lewis with it, pointing out instructions. Between the legs dribble. Skips it, Harp with it. Around the horn, here's Rodak, and that's a shot clock violation. Mark White was encouraging his team to shoot. Could not hear him, and that's a shot clock violation. Curtis Gordon back into the lineup, and Eric Lewis will take his first breather of this one. Coach White very animated, and referee's telling him to get off the court, sir. He's on the Carrier Dome logo. That might work at home, but here's a little different.
Yeah.
But AJ with the high screen. Pass to Roberson. Little shake. Pump fake. Off to Patterson. Good ball movement here by the Cuse. Behind the back dribble. Top of the circle, Patterson thought about it. Picked up his dribble. McCullough with it. Roberson from the left wing for three. No good. Rebound inside. Up and no good. Can't see a number here. Looks like going to be number 35, and that's Chinoso Aboko.
And it looks like that man-to-man defense is actually working out not too bad for the Bulldogs, other than the fact getting down low, getting that offensive or defensive rebound. But the Bulldogs are doing a pretty good job on defense so far.
Yeah, and Justin Webster already showing a little bit of fatigue. He's going to have a long night. His job is to block and box out 6'10", 6'9" guys all night. Free throw up and good by Aboko. He's a sophomore from Rochester, New York. Wears number 35, 6'9", 215. 13-6 in favor of Syracuse. Rodak exits the lineup, and in is Earl Swift. Aboko bends, shoots, and that is off the rim. No good. Tap out. Here's Patterson. He goes up with the shot. No good. Tapped up again, and up and around. No good. Fight for the rebound. Harp racing for it. Patterson has it. That might be an over and back. No call, though. Pretty close to that midcourt stripe. Yeah. Reset of the shot clock. 23 now on the shot clock for Syracuse. Down low, Aboko. He picked up his dribble. He has to pass it up top. But AJ drives, kicks it out. Right corner for three. That's no good. Rebound offensively. McCullough, he goes up strong. Misses the shot, but he's going to be fouled.
Bulldogs are just being bullied right now when it comes to the size advantage. You see Adeyeye out there at 6'9". Robertson, 6'7". Benajay, 6'7". I mean, they're putting all the bigs out there.
And we knew that, coming into this one, as that was going to be the biggest task, is to try to rebound. And right now, that's about a 15-4 advantage, at least for Syracuse. First free throw by McCullough is up and good. That is his first point. He has 4 boards already. Just looking at the guys in the game for Syracuse, 11-1 in terms of rebounds, just the 5 that are on the court right now. Yeah. So, yeah, obviously that's something that Adrian's going to have to try to do a little bit better job, just get better positioning. Cameron Barden into the game for the first time, freshman from Detroit. Shot is up and good there by McCullough. 15-6. Syracuse leads Adrian. 13-19 to go here in the opening half. Trevor Cooney enters for Syracuse. Once again, full court pressure. Trap in the backcourt. Jamison Webster beats it. He's got numbers if he hurries. Skip pass. Top of the circle. Here's Curtis Gordon. Straightaway 3, and he got it. First 3 points for the senior.
What a great look there from Jamison Webster. Gets by his man in the backcourt. It's all about getting out of that backcourt after that full court press that Syracuse has been putting on all night. Bulldogs just have to find a way to get it over half court, and once they do, they have the mismatch.
Yeah, they have numbers once they can break containment. There's a push down low on Barden, so he gets a foul right away entering the game. That's 6 fouls against the Bulldogs. 1 foul for Syracuse. McCullough up. No good. They're missing a ton of shots inside. Look at this. Bouncing around. McCullough's going to lose the ball. I'm surprised when they haven't made more of these bunnies.
Very surprised, but like we said earlier, this is a time when the Bulldogs really need to take advantage of it. And we talked to some of the guys before the game. We got to force them to miss shots, and they're doing that right now. We just got to put some points on the board.
And 15-9 right now is a pretty good result considering the discrepancy in rebounds. McCullough will go to the free throw line. 17 fouls now on Adrian, so Syracuse will be in the bonus for the last 12:56 of the half. That shot is up and good. Lewis and Rodak back into the Bulldog lineup. Harp and Barden will sit, and Adrian will use Ben, probably 11 or 12 guys here tonight, I would imagine.
I can imagine with all the we already have 7 fouls here early in this first half. You got to imagine the fouls are going to pile up with how big these guys are.
I wonder how many jerseys we brought. We can switch here
Yeah.
a little bit later. McCullough bends at the knees and makes the second. 17-9. Christmas back in. Oboko will exit. Christmas with 5 points. That leads Syracuse. 1 rebound here.
Looks
Going to
like
have another substitution.
Yeah, looks like Robertson's coming off. Had blood on him, so has to come off the floor.
But AJ will replace him, the junior from Richmond, Virginia. Young Syracuse team, Ben. Not a whole lot of veterans. Cooney, a redshirt junior. Christmas, a senior. 2-on-1. The layup opportunity. Reverse layup is good by Justin Webster. Assist to Eric Lewis.
And just like that, like we said, get the ball over half court. You got the numbers.
Ball down low to Christmas. Double team, no good. Here's the shot. Offensive rebound again. McCullough is stripped, and that goes out of bounds off Adrian College.
It's incredible how many shots Syracuse has already missed this early. I mean,
It's hard for us to see, really, other than across from the court here. In terms of total points, I mean, shooting percentage has got to be about 35%, if I had to guess, for Syracuse, and all of them in the paint. I don't think they've made a 3 yet until now.
Until then.
Oops.
Until that one, yeah.
Sorry about that, folks. But AJ, though, nails the first triple, and it's Syracuse 20, Adrian 11. Once again, I believe tonight they're experimenting with just a 30-second shot clock as well, Ben. That's something that the Division I Rules Committee is looking into instead of the 35. So that plays into it a little bit here, too.
You got to think that might be just to speed the game up, too.
Yeah. You know, 24 in the NBA. 35, like I said, normally. Only 2 on the shot clock. Webster gets off a 3, and he nails it. Jamison Webster. Trevor Cooney might have actually got a piece of him, too. No call there, but book it for 3, and it's 20-14.
Jamison Webster.
Unbelievable.
Already very impressive out there in his early Bulldog campaign. Last year, 38 of 112 at the 3-point. So
yeah, that's impressive. And he definitely is a sharpshooter. As we're going to have a shove down low on Justin Webster. Referee said he had 2 hands on his back. I'm not sure how it is easy to push a 6'9", 250-pound guy when you're dripping wet about 200. But
yeah.
Nonetheless, we have a foul and a media timeout. We're going to take it now to Ellen Stanton in the crowd.
Sorry about that, folks. Now we're going to send it over to Ellen Stanton, who's up there with the crowd. Ellen?
I'm here with a fellow Adrian College student, Mitchell Hamilton. What was your first impression of walking into the Carrier Dome?
Amazement. I think it's just cool how they have all of this set up and how they've allowed us to come here and participate in this, and it's just really amazing.
And now only a little bit under 8 minutes gone in the first half. What's your impression so far, and how's the experience been here?
Fun. I get to come here with my brothers from ATO and good friends from Adrian College and get to watch our Bulldogs do their best and show everybody what we're made of.
Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the game.
Thank you.
Guys?
Back here from the Carrier Dome, and we have some enthusiastic fans, Jim Mahoney and Troy Schmidley right back here, folks. The Cameron Crazies have nothing on you two, gentlemen, as we are about ready to get back to action. 11:47 to go here in the first half. Syracuse leads 20-14. Adrian trying to stay in this contest despite an 8-1 disadvantage in the foul category as Christmas makes the first. with just his first foul, sending Christmas to the line. This is already his 6th attempt at the line, and he makes 5 of 6. So 22-14 in favor of the Orange. Gordon with the ball. Jamison Webster about 30 feet away from the hoop with a pump fake. Cooney on him in that 2-3 zone. Syracuse will use that exclusively throughout this contest. Right corner, Justin Webster double teamed. Right baseline, another double team. Eric Lewis gets out of it. 6 on the shot clock. But AJ over down low. Here's Justin Webster. His shot is blocked by Christmas, and that is a shot clock violation. Just no room.
No room at all. And the Bulldogs, they're working the ball around, but there's nothing open. They're trying to find lanes, and once Syracuse doubles, they find themselves trapped, and they can't really find a way to get out.
15, Darius Tate will see his first action, the sophomore from Detroit. Harp is back in also. The Webster brothers will sit for the Bulldogs. Yeah, I mean, with that 2-3 zone, from this vantage point, it's really interesting. You don't see anything but arms and legs.
No.
I mean, you have no passing lanes. It's about impossible. And you can see why these guys are elite athletes for Syracuse. Skip past Joseph with it. Yet to score. He had, I think, 19 in their first preseason game. That shot is no good by McCullough. Tipping easily there by Christmas. Again, no boxing out. Syracuse with a 10-point lead, 24-14, under 11 minutes to go in the first half. Adrian exhibiting patience here on this 2-3 zone here by Syracuse. Harp with a couple dribbles. Top of the circle. Gordon looking inside. Can't find anything. Harp splits 2 guys. Jumps in the air. Lost it to Rodak. That ball is loose. 8 on the shot clock. Curtis Gordon straightaway 3, and he nailed it. Not a great three-point shooter in his career is Gordon, but that's his 2nd of the game.
And that's one area the Bulldogs are finding success is from the three-point line here tonight.
Cooney with the drive. 10-footer, no good. And we're going to have a box out and a push against Eric Lewis against Beneje. Back into the game is Ricky Jackson Jr. for Adrian College.
If you look at the stat sheet early now, 12 second chance points. You can't give up that many second chance points. Got to start getting some offensive rebounds.
Half of their points, have come on putbacks. Beneje's free throw, no good. Rebound there by Jackson. So Adrian Ben still hanging in here, just down 7, approaching the halfway point of our first half. Jackson with it, top of the circle now to Gordon. Rocks the left-handed dribble between the legs. Jackson thought about it. Gordon now with it. Jackson drives inside. Bounce pass underneath. Mishandled there by Tate, and it's out of bounds, belonging to the Orange.
They're trying to force it down low, and I don't think that's necessarily the smartest idea. Do what's been working for you.
Right. You got to take a chance, I think, every once in a while just to see if you can loosen that zone up. It's really difficult, as we've documented, to get that ball inside. Unfortunately, that was a good pass. Tate just couldn't handle it. But even if he did, he was under the hoop. That would have been a tough conversion there. Cooney with it now. Free throw line extended. McCullough drives the left hand, opposite hand, no good. Rebound, Christmas up and good. I mean, he doesn't have to jump.
He doesn't even have to leave the floor. Unbelievable.
And so like that, Christmas with 9 points. I love that name, Christmas.
Yeah.
I've never heard that last name before until
I've only heard it once.
Recently.
Johnny Christmas, lacrosse player.
Really?
Yeah.
And there's a foul inside against Syracuse. That's going to go against Chris McCullough, the heralded freshman from Bronx, New York. That's just the 2nd team foul against Syracuse. Ball inbounded to Eric Lewis. Middle is Justin Webster. Back out. Gordon thought about it. Dribble drive. Nice pass. Webster couldn't handle it, but it squirts out to Ben Rodak. And that goes out of bounds off the Orange.
And we can hear Coach White screaming, drive, be physical, get in the lane. And Webster gets the ball there, and he passes it off. He had a perfect shot right at the free throw line.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be a little gun shy. Justin Webster loses this steal by Beneje. Up to Trevor Cooney for the jam. First dunk of the night. Trevor Cooney goes 6'4", one of the shortest guys on the team at 6'4", and he jams that home. Nice feed by Beneje. Syracuse with their largest lead at 28-17. Ben Rodak, good pump fake. Harp for three. No good off the back of the heel. McCullough with a defensive rebound. 8.5 to play in the first half. Syracuse by 11. Just got some stats as of the second media timeout. Syracuse was just 5 for 20 shooting. That's just 25%. Three-pointer on the way. Beneje strong off the back rim, and here comes Harp. Adrian can run if they want to. Caleb Joseph stops him. Curtis Gordon in the left corner. Double team against Lewis. He skips it out to Rodak. Gordon with it again. Lewis is open in the corner, but they're going to bring it back out. 13 on the shot clock. Adrian was 5 for 10 shooting, but 10 more attempts for Syracuse. Three-pointer by Lewis. That's no good. Flying in for the rebound is Beneje. Ball goes up. Cooney for three. No good. Rebound offensively. McCullough got it slapped away by Rodak. Harp with it, and here come the Bulldogs.
That's one of the few times I think you'll see that in a game. One of these Bulldogs coming out of nowhere and getting a block.
Ball down low. Justin Webster with it. Smacked out of bounds. Beneje with the block shot. I've been saying that wrong, I think. Beneje with the block shot, and that goes out of bounds, and we're going to have our third media timeout here of the first half. 7:28 to play. Syracuse 28 and Adrian 17. (28-17) Syracuse. And I think we're ready for a interview in the crowd. Looks like it's Coach White's family. Ellen.
I'm here with Coach White's family. How cool is it seeing your dad coach at such a huge stadium against such a good team?
It's really amazing because we personally were able to see him start from lower ranks and then raise up to this level. It's a dream come true for us and him, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's always good seeing him coach, and he does such a good job. And I don't know what to say.
And how cool is it seeing your husband coach here?
Oh, it's a wonderful experience. I'm happy for him to be able to see him coach on one of the biggest stages ever is just a blessing. So we're really proud of him and the team.
Great, guys. Thank you so much, and good luck, and have fun the rest of the time.
Thank you.
Guys?
Thanks, Ellen, for that. I'm sure it is quite a moment to see your dad and your husband coaching at a place where not a lot of people get to come, especially in the Division III ranks. But, you know, there's a lot of ties with Coach White and the Syracuse program. I mean, he played against Derek Coleman, who was the 1990 NBA draft. He played against him in high school. He also has coached AAU in Detroit. Winford Walton comes to mind as a player that he may have coached and has come here to Syracuse. So, you know, this isn't the first time he's had contact with Coach Boeheim or this program.
And a very successful coach in Detroit, coaching Renaissance to state championship back in 2006.
Jump shot here by Jamison Webster, rejected by Christmas. Rodak tries to get off a shot, but a shot clock violation. Ball goes over to Syracuse.
Just got to get that a little bit higher.
You have to help
just a tad.
Throw it above the white line at the top of the score, or of the backboard almost, when it comes to playing against this team.
And you know what? We saw Eric Lewis do it earlier when he took the ball down baseline and threw it off the glass. High glass at that.
Christmas with it. Good screen there for Patterson. Wide open three. No good. Battle for the rebound. Won by Syracuse. What else? Roberson up and good. Roberson now putting up his fourth point. He now has 2 rebounds. Adrian with it. Jamison Webster. Drive and kick in the corner. Swift double teamed. Back to Webster. gets pushed, and I think they are going to say he stepped out of bounds before the push, and they did. Turnover goes to Syracuse. 6:30 to play here in the first half as Syracuse is starting to pull away a little bit here, Ben. It's 30-17.
Yeah, and I think the Bulldogs are starting to get away from what was working earlier in this game, and defensively, still the rebounds, just trying to get some offensive rebounds and limiting those second chance points.
Joseph with it. Pull up from about 18 feet is strong. No good. Good rebound there. Ricky Jackson. Adrian wants to run a little bit. They don't want them to set up that zone. Kick to Rodak. Deep NBA three off the front rim. No good. Rebound Joseph. His eyes up. He's looking for somebody. Skip pass. That was a travel. No call.
Sure was.
But Roberson can't catch the pass, and a steal there by Webster. Jamison Webster, his brother, who was streaking down the middle of the lane, he wasn't ready for that, and that goes straight out of bounds. Curtis Gordon back in, and Earl Swift will exit. Adrian going with their guard-oriented lineup, it looks like. First exhibition game. A lot of new faces here for Adrian, Ben, and they're certainly going to have to figure things out. But guess what? I bet you Misericordia might be a little bit easier than this first game for them.
Maybe just a 10.
No offense to them, but Patterson drives, dishes, nice unselfish play. Bonaje with a finish, and it's 32-17.
And you know what? Now we're starting to see Syracuse settle in. They know where they're going to get their points. I think early in this game that they were just trying to throw up anything, see what was going to work. And it looks like the interior is going to be the majority of the game for them.
Gordon with the ball between the circles. Jamison Webster now with it. Drives to the right, kicks it to Jackson. Jackson drives in on Patterson. Ball slapped out of his hands. Russell on the ground. Christmas comes away with it. 3-on-1. Here comes a dunk. Patterson finishes it off. Joseph with the assist, and now Syracuse has doubled up, Adrian. It's 34-17. Fast break points there for Syracuse. Quick hands in the passing lane turns into a quick two the other way. Jamison Webster with it, over to Gordon. Good skip pass to Ben Rodak, but he tried to move without dribbling. Eric Lewis into the game now for Adrian. He replaces Jamison Webster. McCullough is out there for the Cuse as well as Roberson. Cooney, Patterson, and B.J. Johnson, the five out there for Syracuse. Point guard now is Patterson. Left corner, Cooney for three. No, rebound, Curtis Gordon. Bulldogs are going to run. They're going to hold up a little bit now. Off to the left wing, good swing pass. Eric Lewis drives, floater, no good off the rim, and we have a foul. That's going to go against Syracuse.
Lewis looked very strong there. It looked like he was going to take the three, but instead chose to go with the floater and draw the foul. Good play.
Adrian will inbound. All the way back into the backcourt for Lewis. 4:10 to play. First half, 34-17 in favor of Syracuse. Jackson with it. Lewis with the dribble. Gordon for an off-balance three, way off the mark. Nice rebound inside, though, and the left-handed finish by Justin Webster. That breaks a scoring drought there for Adrian Ben of about 5 minutes. Trevor Cooney left wing, down low block. Good spin move now inside. Chris McCullough, no, and we're finally going to have an over-the-back call. Roberson just bum-rushed Ben Rodak, knocked him to the ground, and that's foul number 4 against Syracuse, and we're going to have our final media timeout here of the first half. 3:44 to go until halftime. It's Syracuse 4 and Adrian 19. Once again, we're pleased to have Ellen Stanton in the crowd. Ellen, how you doing?
Thanks, guys. How cool of an experience and opportunity is this for Adrian College?
I'm sorry. Can you start over? Because what did you ask me again?
How cool of an experience is this for Adrian College and an opportunity?
Oh my God, this is amazing. The students have enjoyed every single second of this. and they're really, enjoying the opportunity. They've been able to see so much of the campus already. Being able to be out here on the floor playing basketball in the Carrier Dome is amazing for them, and you can see in their faces and just feel in the energy how much they're really enjoying it. It's been great for us too as staff and our students and the alumni and the families to be able to come and enjoy this. It's amazing. And Syracuse has been so kind to us, and really they've taken great care of us and offered us additional opportunities while we've been here. It's been great.
Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the game.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
Guys?
Thank you for that expose from Leslie Carson. I don't know if she was ready for that interview, but
start over? We can't start over.
Oh my gosh, we're live. This isn't tape delayed, Leslie. We're on live radio here. So, anyways, 34-19 our score. 3:44 to go here in the first half as we take a look at the leading scorer right now for Syracuse, Chris McCullough with 10 rebounds. He has 4 points right now. Adrian, let's go over some of the scoring with them. Ben, do you have any totals on the Bulldogs?
Well, early here, Gordon and Webster with 6 points early. Doing a pretty good job at the three-point line, but a few team stats to look out for. Rebounds, obviously. Bulldogs being out-rebounded 25-15 and 17-5 offensive rebounds. That's got to change if they want to have any chance to get back in this game. And obviously points in the paint, 18-6. And second chance points, 16-2. But those things we were expecting with the big team like Syracuse. So.
Well, absolutely. Is Adrian now inbounds, and they'll have the ball. Let's see how they do in this last 3:44, Ben. Let's see if they can keep it to low double digits or even get it into single-digit deficit. Rodak for 3 in the corner. Catch and shoot, and he got it. He's a pure shooter, and he nailed that one down. That's his first 3 points. Right wing, Johnson now. They're going to swing it around the horn. Cooney looking down low to McCullough. He's double-teamed. Cross-court pass. Patterson for 3. Book it. That's another 3-pointer for Syracuse, and they get those 3 right back. It's 37-22. Lewis with the drive. Looks like Adrian a little more comfortable here, Ben, on offense, it seems like.
I'd like to see if they get a little more physical and go into the paint. Maybe make something happen down there.
Around the perimeter, though, for most of this contest. Good bounce pass into the block. Lewis has it. He spins. 2 jump fakes. Good moves there by Eric Lewis. The step-back jumper from about 12 feet is good. Lewis with 4 points now, and it's Adrian down 37-24, approaching 2.5 minutes to go here in the opening half. Cooney looking inside, can't find anybody. Patterson wants another 3. He can't get it. Rodak with a board. Outlet to nobody. Unreal. Gordon and Jackson Jr. both ran down court as Rodak threw that pass out of bounds. That's potentially pretty big in terms of momentum here as Jackson will exit Jamison Webster now into the contest.
Yeah, that definitely changes some momentum there. Bulldogs pick up 2 points, get a defensive rebound.
Trevor Cooney with a miss from about 12 feet. He's really been off, Ben. He averaged 12 points a game last year for this team. He made 93s a year ago. He has 4 points is all right now, and he's missed some shots.
Yeah, and Syracuse is 2 from 12.
Wow.
Outside on the perimeter, so.
That's got to concern you a little bit if you're Coach Boeheim.
Yeah.
Good screen there for Gordon. Bounce pass. Jamison Webster drives left hand, kicks it out. 3-pointer on the way. Curtis Gordon, no good. Offensive rebound, though, by Adrian. Baseline, Eric Lewis, jump pass. Stolen away. Justin Webster, push. That's a good play there by Curtis Gordon. That was a turnover, potentially, but Curtis Gordon got his hand on the ball before Cooney could, and it deflected to Justin Webster, who I believe, nope, they're not going to have a shooting foul. That was just a common foul, and they will inbound the ball underneath their own basket. That ball is going to come way back here into the backcourt. Here from the Carrier Dome, campus of Syracuse University, an exhibition contest. Adrian College men's basketball against 23rd ranked Syracuse. David versus Goliath here. What a great opportunity, though, for these student athletes.
And it's a great learning experience for this young team. It's coming off of a pretty rough year last year.
It's a hand check. Wow, that's some physical play.
Definitely.
Off balance 3, no good. Rebound, Syracuse. but I think they let them play at this level more than they would at D3. Shot no good from the free throw line by McCullough. Rebound there, Justin Webster out to Curtis Gordon. 1 minute to go here in the opening half. 37-24. Adrian will call a timeout.
That's 3 consecutive rebounds for the Bulldogs there. Really wish they could have converted with some points on all those possessions.
We'll keep it here. 56.2 left in the first half. As we talked a little bit earlier about some of the connections between Michigan and Syracuse. Dave Bing, former Detroit Piston and mayor of Detroit, actually attended Syracuse. We talked a little bit earlier about Derek Coleman, the #1 pick in the 1990 NBA draft, is from Detroit and played high school basketball against Coach White. Eric Devendorf from Bay City, Michigan, played here a couple years ago. He scored 1,680 career points.
We're going to send it over to Ellen Stanton, who's with Adrian College dance coach. Ellen?
You get to bring your squad here. How cool is it to have them cheering on the basketball team at such a big stadium?
We just love to be here to support our team. We know our team came all the way all this way to come to a big school, so we wanted to be here and support them and just have the experience of being in a big arena.
And what was your first impression upon coming in here?
We thought it was really big. We were like, wow, it's great to be in here, and just to have our team here to support them is just great because we don't really get to play in this type of arena, so it's great for the experience.
Thank you.
No problem.
Guys?
Back to action here as Adrian has a shot with 2 seconds on the shot clock. No good. Rebound, Caleb Joseph. Adrian worked the entire shot clock, could not convert, however. Syracuse with it, down low. Skip pass. Patterson over to Joseph. Good return pass. Patterson wide open 3. No good. Fight for the rebound. Corral there by Justin Webster. Ben Rodak now with it. 14 seconds to go in the half. Gordon with it.
Be really big for the Bulldogs. Get some points here at this last 5 seconds of this half.
Adrian will get the last shot of the half. 2 on the clock. Lewis has to fire up and under. No good, and we'll go to halftime. Not a high shot that you're going to convert there by Eric Lewis. He had to duck a little bit underneath. But all in all, 37-24. Not a bad first half performance here by Adrian.
Not a bad performance at all, considering, all the circumstances, the size, the atmosphere, everything that's going on. Bulldogs came here to play tonight, and they're not afraid of this big D1 powerhouse team.
Well, we'll take a couple minutes of a break here and give you some updates around Adrian College and the sports world. I think we may be joined here by Assistant Sports Information Director Ryan Hornack, possibly for a couple minutes. We're going to have about a 15-minute halftime. We'll try to fill that as best as we can and try to have some interviews as well. So we'll take a minute or two break, and we will be right back.
Welcome back to the Carrier Dome. Ben Moment here on hand with Ryan Thompson. We're going to send it over to Ellen Stanton, who's standing with President Jeffrey Docking. Ellen.
Thanks, Ben. Here with President.
Stay right here, the way you get the court in the background.
Oh, that's great. Thank
you. I didn't know if we were allowed out. Go this way, the way you get the court in the background. Great idea.
Thank you. Here with President Docking. How cool of an experience has it been so far?
Unbelievable. You know, I've been here 10 years, and this is a top 5 experience for me at the college. I think that for the kids on the bus, the kids in the cheerleading team, and obviously the players, it's unbelievable.
And how much publicity is this going to bring to Adrian College?
You know, I think it's going to bring a lot of publicity. Obviously, it's shown all over New York because there's TV timeouts, but it also helps with recruiting basketball players. They know they're going to play these big-time schools, and to be in a Carrier Dome early in the year, it's just fantastic.
And after the first half, already only down 37-24, what do you expect to see from the second half here?
Yeah, you know, the score is very respectable. You know, you can see scores more lopsided in the Big Ten. So I think that we're going to hang in there. I like our defense. Obviously, we work hard. We're taking a lot of fouls, but we're working hard, and that's all you can do against these big guys.
Thank you, and enjoy the second half.
Thank you.
Ben?
Thank you for that, Ellen. And as we get some first half stats in, some staggering first half stats, Syracuse shooting a low 29.3%, and the Bulldogs shooting at 34% and 28% from beyond the arc. And Syracuse Orange from 15% just outside the arc. But as Ellen mentioned, still a close game here. Syracuse up 37-24. We'll be right back with more from the Carrier Dome.
Back here from Syracuse University Carrier Dome. 7 more minutes left until the second half will begin. This is Ryan Thompson. Ben Moman has also been on the color here tonight for this contest as Adrian trails by 13 at the break. First half statistics for Adrian College. 6 points for Curtis Gordon on 2 for 4 from behind the arc. Justin Webster also with 6 points. He's 2 for 4 from the floor and 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Adrian with just 2 free throw attempts. Syracuse with 14, and they've converted 11 of those here in the first half. 4 points for Eric Lewis. He's 2 for 8 shooting. Ben Rodak with 3 points and 6 rebounds to lead the team. Ricky Jackson with 2 points and 2 boards. Also, Jamison Webster with 3 points off the bench, as Adrian has 3 bench points. They were 9 for 26 shooting in that first half, 4 of 14 behind the arc, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Syracuse was a 12 of 41 overall from the floor, 29.3% from behind the arc, 2 for 13, 15.4%. I'm sure that's something that Coach Boeheim is stressing at the locker room at this point, is putting the ball in the hoop just a little bit more, maybe taking better high percentage shots at the basket. The rebounds, Adrian has actually done a good job in closing that gap. It's 28-21 in favor of Syracuse here at halftime. We're going to take another minute timeout, and hopefully we'll have a special guest here with us. Very special guest here this evening. Ryan Hornack's with us as he does a lot for Adrian College Athletics. Ryan, what do you think of this first half?
It's been fantastic. Everything out here at the Carrier Dome has been first class. We had a nice little get-together before the game. Dr. Docking's been up there. Frank Rebar, the vice president. Troy Schmidley's been up there with us, too. It was fantastic, and everybody from Syracuse has been more than nice, more than welcoming. Well,
this is an opportunity for our student-athletes in men's basketball, but certainly the athletic department as a whole has had a pretty successful start here to the winter sports season. Talk about our hockey teams a little bit.
Our hockey teams, both of them are 4-0. We have a great freshman line from the men's hockey team, Kyle Brothers, and then McCloy and Thompson. That freshman line's been lighting it up. McCloy and Brothers each had 7 points in the first weekend.
Yep.
Brothers, a hat trick in his first collegiate game, got player of the week.
Not bad.
So they're living up to expectations. There's some pretty good recruits, and then the women are 4-0 too. Kelsey Cush back up top in the scoring rankings. How about that? So the good thing about the girls is that these sophomores, we had a really good freshman class last year of 12 girls, and the sophomores are putting it on. Kristen Lewicki, I think, is our best up-and-coming player. She's pushing Cush as our top scorer. And if we can rely on these young players and not need to rely on Cush and the seniors, that's going to do so many good things for our program moving forward. So Chad Davis and Tony Macy have done a great job of recruiting and building a nice young program for the girls.
Yeah, and one thing to note as well is a change in command a little bit for the men's team. Adam Krug is in his first season. He was an All-American with the Bulldogs, part of the first team to ever take the ice. And Ron Fogarty kind of in this neck of the woods. He's in Princeton University in New Jersey right now coaching that program. How do you think everything's went with the new transition?
Well, Fogarty left the cupboard full, to say the least, so we still have a lot of good players on the team, but Adam Krug he's been awesome. He's been great working with us and great with the players. The players have nothing but good things to say about him coming in, and he's pulled out 4 wins in his first 4 games, and he's Concordia coming up this weekend. I think we got a good shot against them, so he's been doing a great job with all the talent that he has on that team.
And also to conclude this season, we're going to have in the fall season, the football team, they got a big contest this weekend. They're going to play for the MIAA championship at Trine here on Saturday, and we'll see what the Bulldogs can do. This is a rivalry game, and they play for a trophy that travels between both teams. This has been a heated rivalry in the past. What do you expect from the Bulldogs here on Saturday at Trine?
Well, the Bulldogs, our football team, we got to establish the run. It's when we run the ball, when we establish the run with Emmanuel Stewart, we are tough to beat.
Yeah.
We control the ball on the ground, and we have great defense. We know that. We can stop the run. We can play pass defense, so that try and spread offense shouldn't bother us too much. But establishing run with Emmanuel Sanders, I think Trine is more of a high-scoring team. I think we can keep the score low, run the ball, chew up clock, and I think we can pull out the win, have our first outright league title in 2 years, head back to the playoffs.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I mean, this team has really faced some adversity with regards to some guys being in and out of the lineup throughout the year. Team definitely relies on their defense. One of the top-ranked defenses in Division III, and as of last week, number 2 in the country in third down percentage defense. They simply get the other team off the field and put the ball into the offense's hands, and certainly turnovers is obviously another key to the game. Last week against Kalamazoo, Adrian forced 5 second-half turnovers in a 35-7 victory. Well, thanks for joining us here at men's and women's basketball season coming up. Women will start this weekend, actually, as will the men in the regular season. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you,
and
Ryan.
we'll be right back for the second half. Back here for the second half. Less than a minute until we get things going. It's 37-24 in favor of Syracuse. We took a look a bit at the halftime stats. And let's look at some individuals for Syracuse. It's Chris McCullough has 4 points. He went 0 for 8, though, from the floor. 4 of 4 at the free throw line, but did have 12 rebounds, 7 offensive there in the first half of action. Tyler Roberson with 4 points. He had 2 rebounds. Rakeem Christmas, the senior from Philadelphia, leads the team with 11 points. He had 3 rebounds, 5 of 6 at the free throw line. 4 points for Trevor Cooney. He was 2 of 7 shooting, but 0 of 3 behind the arc. Caleb Joseph, no points in that first half. 4 rebounds. He had 2 assists in 15 minutes of action. Michael Beneje had 8 points. He was 3 for 5 shooting. 2 rebounds and 2 assists for him. Ron Patterson with 5 points off the bench. And Chinoso Oboko with 1 point and 2 rebounds in that first half. We're set to go here in the second half of play. Starting the second half for Adrian College be Ben Rodak, Justin Webster, Curtis Gordon, Eric Lewis, Ricky Jackson Jr., the original starting 5. And the original starting 5 out there as well for the Orange. As we're set to go, Adrian College moving right to left here in the second half. Jackson with the ball, Curtis Gordon with it. Back and forth passing for the Bulldogs around the perimeter. Trying to find Eric Lewis inside, but cannot. Jackson with it now. Pump fake, good bounce pass inside. Another good bounce pass. Up and under, no. Rebound going to Caleb Joseph. Spin move in the backcourt. Alley-oop. Tried to go over Eric Lewis, and the ball goes out of bounds off of Lewis.
Joseph makes a great move, and you could already sense that the transition was on its way and that an alley-oop was on its way. But
yeah.
Lewis making a great play.
Quick inbound there for Syracuse and a foul on Adrian. That'll go against Rodak. That's going to be his second personal foul. First here of the second half. Shooting foul as Roberson will go to the line. Roberson, first free throw attempt of the game, and that's strong. Syracuse was 11 of 14 at the charity stripe in the first half. It's fun to see the video replay here above the stadium, above the dome, as that one rolls in 38-24.
When are we getting one of those, huh?
That's probably a 100-foot screen, if I had to guess. So that would take up our whole bleachers, I think. A little bit different. We seat 1,300. They seat 35,000. That's right. That's like putting 3 Adrians, the whole city, in there. Here's a jump shot. Fake. Left wing, Eric Lewis. Stopped. Left corner. Rodak thought about it. Skip pass. Justin Webster. Kick out to Gordon. 4 on the shot clock. Rakeem Christmas blocks the floater by Gordon out of bounds. 2 on the shot clock. Adrian ball.
And you know what? He gets it as high as he possibly can, and Christmas still gets up there and makes the block. It's unbelievable.
Christmas, the most experienced Orange player. Lewis with a wide 3, and that's going to be way short. Just 2 seconds were on the shot clock, and that's another shot clock violation for Adrian, their 4th of the game. Fans here standing. Must be a second half tradition until they make their first basket, I would assume, as we're under a minute here in the second half. 38-24, Syracuse. Roberson with it. Cross court to Cooney. He's yet to hit from behind the arc. Made 93s a year ago. Joseph with it. Skip pass to Cooney. He sizes up this triple and got it.
Biggest roar of the night that we've heard, and just now we can take it in and look around and see how many people are here just to see small little Adrian College go up against their Orange faithful. It's unbelievable.
This tie is the largest lead of the game for Syracuse at 41-24, 17-point advantage. And Syracuse will stay in this 2-3 zone for all 40 minutes. Bounce pass down low. Webster got a pass his man. Christmas hooked him a little bit. No call. Kick out there. Jackson strong on the jump shot. Rebound McCullough over to Joseph. Alley-oop. Roberson caught it and was fouled before he could get the dunk off by Jackson. Didn't really try. I think they tried maybe one alley-oop in that first half, Ben, and now they've tried it twice in the first 2 minutes of the second half. A little surprised they haven't tried to go high wire a little bit more. Barden and Jamison Webster enters for Adrian College as Ben Rodak and Curtis Gordon will sit. Inbound there for Syracuse. Right underneath. Chris McCullough goes up strong. No good. He's now 0 for 9 shooting. That ball is recovered, though, by McCullough, and he's going to be fouled underneath. One of the highest touted recruits. 5-star recruit from Bronx, New York. 0 for 9 shooting now in this game.
I'm still confused why he just went up for a layup. It's your 6'10", just go in there and slam it down.
And I'm sure that's what the coaching staff is going to want to preach in this young man as the season goes on for Syracuse, is just to finish as strong as you can. McCullough with a deep knee bend on the free throw, and that's good. Does have a nice touch, though.
Very nice touch for a big man on the free throws. Normally you see him throwing up bricks off the backboard, off the rim. He had a pretty nice stroke there.
Yeah, he did. He's 5 for 5 at the line. Every time I say something like that, someone misses. Nope. 6 for 6. I only jinx our own guys, apparently, as for the first time, Eli Robertson will check into the game for Adrian. Did not play in the first half of action. He's a junior from Romulus, Michigan. 43-24, the largest lead of the game for the Orange. 17:50 to go in the contest. Lewis with it. Gets a high screen. Kicks it over to Jamison Webster. Tries to get out of the corner. Back to Lewis. Lost the ball off of his leg out of bounds. Tried to move before he caught it. Turnover Bulldogs. They had 12 in the first half. Joseph with the ball across the midcourt stripe. Guarded there man-to-man. Actually, Adrian has not really went into zone at all in this game. Skip pass wide open. Cooney. No. Fight for the board, and let's go out of bounds. Justin Webster last to touch it. Rodak and Gordon back into the Adrian lineup.
We talked earlier about the shooting woes of Syracuse. Only shooting 29% today. And just there, you see a wide open shot, and they still can't convert. I don't know what it is about this perimeter shooting for Syracuse, but they're going to need to find something if they want to have a successful season this year.
They should be used to it, but I know that dome shooting for most players is hard. Your depth perception is a little bit off.
Yep.
Obviously, they play here all the time, but sometimes that comes into a factor as the ball goes out of bounds as Syracuse has it. 23 on the shot clock. Pass right back to Cooney from Joseph. No, rebound, fought for. Tipped up by Christmas. He cannot control it. He wanted a shove underneath on Barden. No whistle on that one as Adrian will take possession.
That was great defense there from Eli Robertson, getting a hand in Cooney's face, forcing the turnover.
Adrian now with the ball as Gordon has it. Looks for something inside. Can't find anything. Jamison Webster. Gordon thought about it as well. He had 6 points in that first half. Kick ball, as that will belong still with Adrian. 15 on the shot clock.
You see the Bulldogs trying to get these passing lanes, those cross passes, trying to skip the man, and Syracuse doing everything they can to shut those lanes off.
Yeah, they got to do this a little bit more. Take it inside. I know it's hard. There's a turnover by Barden and a steal by Cooney. You got to go inside, at least try. Especially in this kind of game where there really is nothing wrong with that. Cooney misses another 3. Rebound. Fun underneath. Roberson gets it and is fouled.
And like you said, you really got nothing to lose. It's an exhibition game. It's
right.
A learning experience. You're playing against, obviously, a very good team. This is a time to get the rust off, get things in order for the season.
It is, and you're probably not going to face a lot of 2-3 zones as the season goes on, which is kind of interesting. You're going to practice against this and play against this, but you're probably not going to see it a whole lot during the regular season, at least not at our level. Roberson misses the first. It's kind of interesting. I'm looking at the schedule. I wonder if we're going to exchange film with John Beeline. The Syracuse Orange play December the 2nd at Michigan.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're not going to learn a whole lot from this game, but maybe. It's hard to say. Looking at the schedule, California coming up for Syracuse, possibly Iowa and or Texas.
North Carolina late.
Wow, that shot is rimmed out. Yeah, they're in that ACC now, and that's a tough league. Perennial top conference in college basketball year in and year out. Pretty good travel there if you're Syracuse, right? Making trips to Tobacco Road.
Oh, yeah.
That's a little bit of a jaunt. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Webster. Lewis, deep NBA 3, short. Rebound Joseph, and he's going to run with it. Excellent point guard, one of the top in the country. 4-star recruit for Boeheim. Good steal there by Eric Lewis. Read the eyes of Joseph and stopped that passing lane. Adrian comes the other way. Jump pass. Three-pointer on the way. Lewis, no good.
I noticed that with Joseph. You see his eyes get really big when he comes down the court, and you can see exactly where he's going to throw the ball. Good steal from Lewis earlier there.
McCullough posts up, down low, Christmas. And we're going to have a foul on a reach-in on Adrian. Number 5, Ricky Jackson Jr. with that foul. His 4th personal, so one of the top players for Adrian. Going to have to sit here for most of the second half. 15:38 to go. Our score, Syracuse 43 and Adrian 24.
All right, we're going to send it over to Ellen Stanton, who's with head trainer Jamie Fetter. Ellen.
The athletic trainer, how has it been so far? What's the experience been like?
The experience has been awesome for the guys. They've been able to tour the facilities. They've been able to play basketball on a big stage like this, and they've been very competitive, played very tough against a very much bigger, stronger team, but then very well.
And I'm sure many people are wondering, how nice are the locker rooms here?
They're super nice. They have the built-in clocks. They're all decked out with nice chairs, carpeting, a bunch of food and Gatorade and all kinds of stuff. It's really nice back there.
Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the game.
Yep, thank you.
Ben?
Thank you, Ellen, and I got the chance to go into the locker rooms as well. Didn't get to see Syracuse's locker room, but pretty nice visitors' locker room. Yeah, like she said, food set up, everything. Nice locker room.
That's fantastic. And, again, the hospitality here has been tremendous by Syracuse University, and that's great. I mean, obviously, this means a lot more to Adrian College than it does to Syracuse, but certainly have rolled out the red carpet for us as we have a 43-24 lead for Syracuse. Just getting some updated statistics. Syracuse 13 of 46 from the floor, 28.3%. Adrian shooting at 30% clip there, 9 of 30 so far. Adrian 4 of 16 from behind the three-point arc. That's 25%. Syracuse is 3 of 17 at 17.6%. Biggest discrepancy comes at the free throw line. And Syracuse is plus 12, 14 for 20. Adrian has only went to the line 2 times, Ben, 2 of 2.
And, that tells a tale. I mean, if you're only getting 2 free throws, that tells you a lot about what your offense is trying to do. That's saying that you're not going inside. You're not trying to drive the lanes and force anything. If Mark White, I'm sure Mark White's over there preaching to his team saying, look, guys, we need to get some offense going into the interior.
Yeah.
We shot the ball way too many times outside, and it hasn't been working. We need to get some points in the paint.
I'd like to see a little more out of Jamison Webster, too, Ben. One of the few seniors on this club, and this is his first year with the Bulldogs. 2 years he spent at Siena Heights. He was actually at Trine for 1 year as well. His dad is the head coach at Madison High School, where he and his brother Justin played, and they're both on this Adrian College team and on the court right now. Syracuse with the ball. Down low post. Christmas, skip pass up top. Joseph thought about a 3. Jumps inside the line, way off on that jumper. McCullough, though, with the dunk, and that's the first time we've seen him go up strong with 2 hands. 45-24. Syracuse with the lead here against Adrian College. Glad you could join us here this evening from the Carrier Dome. Second exhibition game of the year for the Orange and the first for the Bulldogs. Both teams start the regular season in a couple days. Lewis with it. Rodak thought about it. Gives it back to Lewis. Lewis looking inside. Three-pointer by Rodak is up and no good. Fight for the rebound. Roberson, quick outlet to Joseph. 3-on-2 for the Orange. Right wing, Cooney for three. No. Jumped up and a good rebound there by Justin Webster. Rodak got knocked down in the backcourt. Good steal there by Joseph on Jamison Webster. 1-on-1 against Justin Webster. That's going to be a blocking foul. The basket will not count. Rolled off the rim as he did not quite get there in time.
If you're the Syracuse Orange, you know exactly what the Bulldogs are trying to do. They're trying to force something inside. They're shooting the ball a lot outside, and they're just not having any of it.
Eli Robertson back into the lineup. Earl Swift will exit. Armin Harp also out there. First time in the second half he's been out on the court for Adrian, and the foul's been 6-0 Adrian. Syracuse yet to be whistled here in the second half. Patterson in the ballgame for the white and orange. White jerseys with orange and black letters across the chest. McCullough spins down low. Good job there by Eli Robertson.
Great steal. Way to take the big man and take the ball away from him. When he puts the ball down on the ground, that's when you attack.
It's really the only way Adrian can get to it is if he dribbles there. If he keeps it above his shoulders, they're not going to get to it. Harp, good crossover. Almost lost it, though. Robertson double teamed. Skip pass to Harp. Drives inside. Good aggressive move to the hoop. Foul is going to be about 12 feet away from the basket. Harp did drive and score that, but no continuation, obviously, at this level. And first foul against Syracuse in this half goes to Patterson, his first.
And that's
5 points and 2 rebounds also for Ron Patterson.
That's a good sign, too, out of Harp. You want to see somebody take something to the hoop.
Junior college transfer. First game as a Bulldog. Gordon with the dribble. Picks it up. Finds Harp. Back to Gordon. Good defense here by Syracuse. Inside, Justin Webster. Up and under, not enough. Christmas, good defense on the play. And McCullough can't save it out of bounds, but at least he's trying to go up and under and get past the much taller Rakeem Christmas.
Good effort, too. Made a good
Roberson,
move.
excuse me. Roberson in, and McCullough will sit. 13:45 to go in this one. Syracuse leads 45-24 over your Bulldogs. Gordon will inbound into the backcourt. Harp with it. 8 on the shot clock. Adrian's going to have to hurry. I'm not sure if they're aware of it. Harp will drive. Thought about it. Kicks it out. Ben Rodak. Long three. Rims in and out. Benajay with the rebound. Over to Joseph. Benajay with it again. Looks down inside. Roberson at the elbow. Ball above his head. Benajay 4-3. No good. Joseph with the ball. He pulls up and shoots from 15 and hits. In motion there, he grabbed the ball and went straight up, and Syracuse now leads 47-24. Coach White going to go to some new guys, it looks like, here to check in for the first time here this evening. Harp with the ball, thought about it. Tried to go to the right baseline. Ball knocked out of bounds. Into the game for the first time here tonight, number 20, Gregory Roy, a freshman from Lansing. Also number 4, Ken Henry, a freshman from Romulus. Joseph exits. B.J. Johnson in now for Syracuse. Christmas out. Aboko in for the Orange. Some mass substitutions for both teams. Gordon with the ball now. 13 on the shot clock. Syracuse extends that 2-3 zone. Way above the three-point line. Down to 5. Adrian's going to have to move. Rodak thought about it. They're going to have to take a desperation 3, and they do. No good. Hit the rim. B.J. Johnson with the board. Outlet pass. Benajay with it. He drives left. Stop there. Patterson pops from 3. Got it. Nothing but net by Patterson. And now Patterson with 8 points for Syracuse, 50-24. Largest lead of the evening here for the home team. Adrian with their all-black uniforms with gold trim, gold lettering. Roy with it, excuse me. Guarded by Benajay. He strips him and knocks it to B.J. Johnson. Here comes a 2-on-1 layup, alley-oop, I should say, to Ron Patterson, who throws it down from Benajay. Adrian College's Mark White wants to call a timeout. 52-24 to go. 12:01 to go in this contest. And we'll take a quick timeout. Adrian with the 30-second timeout as Mark White wants to talk to his troops. 52-24. Syracuse with the lead against Adrian College. 12:01 to play in this contest. What an opportunity it is here for Adrian College to play against this Division I program in Syracuse, a member of the ACC. Certainly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for the coaches and players of the college, and not for just them, support staff as well. It's really neat to come out here, and about an 8-hour trip to get out here, and certainly this is a memorable game for everyone involved. Adrian getting to play a very talented team.
Very. As we've seen this entire game, actually. I mean, like you said, what an experience for Adrian to come out here. They bring the full team, the JV teams out here sitting behind us. Seeing a few freshmen get into the game, Ken Henry and Gregory Roy getting into the game. I mean, that's got to be one of the coolest experiences if you're a freshman, you know.
Oh, absolutely. And those kids playing big games coming from the Detroit area, Romulus for Mr. Henry, and the Lansing area for Greg Roy. But I can guarantee they've never played in a place quite like this. This game is on Time Warner Cable here this evening. Hopefully some of you are watching the game back home and listening to us. Mark White really instructing his players on the bench right now. Definitely a teaching moment in this one as Adrian trailed by just 13 at intermission. Have now found themselves down 28. Adrian with the ball. Rodak with it now. Looking inside. Eric Lewis is on the high post. Trying to flash his Ken Henry as well. And a kick ball. They're just trying to get it any way they can to soften up that zone. And we're going to have a media timeout. 11:47 to play in this contest. It's Syracuse 52 and Adrian 24.
And with that media timeout, we're going to send it over to Ellen Stanton, who's with a student in the fans. Ellen.
Thanks, guys. Here with Brandon Neal, a student here at Adrian College. What's the experience been like so far?
Man, this is incredible. You know, I came from Adrian. I'm a junior here. I haven't seen anything like this. This is being in Syracuse, my first time upstate New York. The experience itself, the 8-hour trip on the bus ride with a lot of students, this is great. I'm actually supposed to be at football practice right now, but I kind of snuck out just to kind of get the experience, just to be around everything. I love the basketball team. I love Adrian College, man. This is awesome right here.
And your first impression of the Carrier Dome?
It's huge. I didn't think it was this big in real life. I asked a question. It fits up to 55,000 people. It's an awesome venue. They cut it off in half for the basketball game, which is amazing. And the turnout is amazing. And there's too much orange for me, but I do like it.
Thank you, and have fun for the rest of the game.
Thank you.
Guys?
Yes, there's definitely a lot of orange. That is definitely true. But he made a good point, Ben. We haven't really talked about this. They do partition off half the dome, obviously, for basketball games. This is where the Syracuse football team plays as well. They say the basketball capacity is about 35,000, and it's about 55 or 60,000 here for football games.
Yeah, we're probably sitting at what, the 20-yard line, 10-yard line?
Yeah, I would say probably the 10-yard line, something like that.
But yeah, like you mentioned, they cut it off, and you know, for Duke games and North Carolina games, this whole place is packed. And if you're actually here right now, you believe how many fans you could probably fit in here for a basketball game.
Yeah, I mean, I watched that Duke game last year. I think they had over 35,000, and I remember
That's
that
incredible.
It was a primetime game on ESPN, and it was unbelievable to see how many fans were here for that game. And that's totally a testament to the university here and the support that the basketball team has. But when you think about it, there's not a lot of pro teams. You'd have to go to Buffalo and the Sabres and the Bills, but I mean, we're lucky enough to be close to Detroit and witness some pro sports. So this is the biggest thing in town, and fans come out and support their team, and it would really be neat to see this place packed. Obviously, that's not going to happen for an exhibition contest, but certainly I would say 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 maybe here this evening. We'll see what the official attendance is here at the end of the game. As we get back to action, Adrian with the ball. 2 on the shot clock. Skip pass to Eric Lewis, and the shot clock will expire. Adrian 9 of 34 shooting. Syracuse 17 of 52 for the contest. So Syracuse just shooting 33% for the game. 4 of 20 behind the arc.
Any other time, that's just unacceptable, of course, for Coach Jim Boeheim. But
Right.
Like we said, this is an exhibition game. They're trying to get their feet wet.
You know, they have the kinks to work out, too. It's not just us. B.J. Johnson with a left-handed jump shot is good. That's a good-looking jump shot by him. The sophomore from Philadelphia, 6'7", 185. I'm sure they'll want him to bulk up as he gets a little bit older here in this program. 54-24, 30-point lead now for Syracuse. Trying to get Webster in the high post, just can't do it. Rodak finally gets it to him. He's bodied up there by Aboko. Out to Curtis Gordon. Skip packs Ken Henry now with it. Drives baseline right, dishes it to Eric Lewis. Jumps inside. Pass to Henry. 10-footer, no good. They just got it off before the shot clock expired, and there's the rebound by Roberson. And Syracuse will run a little bit here. Benajay with a pass. 18-footer by Roberson is no good. Rebound is not corralled. Last touch by Johnson. Ricky Jackson Jr. And for the first time, 24, Riley Wood, the freshman from Monroe, Michigan, comes into the lineup. So apparently all but looks like 2 guys of the 16 that Coach White has dressed tonight has seen action. So good for them to get into the ball game and see their first action. Wood will work down that baseline, see if he can't get open somehow as Curtis Gordon, the point guard, with it. Rocks the dribble to the left. Skip pass. Ricky Jackson Jr., that left-handed dribble. Screen, high screen by Justin Webster. We'll see if Gordon can use it. He picks up his dribble with 5 on the shot clock. Ricky Jackson drives, loses the ball. Justin Webster has it. Jumps up and is batted out of bounds. Lost the ball on the way up. Benajay just swatted that thing out of bounds. Look out for President Hocking.
Yeah.
Vice President Rebar. They almost got that ball right in their face. A couple chuckles there.
Yeah.
On the baseline. Protect yourself when you're down there.
Yeah, they're chuckling up with some crowd.
Even the basketball's orange. I mean, that's not fair. Skip pass as Johnson gives it back to Benajay, the 6'7" point guard. Skip pass. Roberson with it. Johnson for 3. Left-handed shot is good. Now he's hit his last 2 shots. He's got now 5 points for the Orange, and it's 57-24. 9:36 to play in this one. Ricky Jackson with it on the left wing. High screen by Webster. Stolen momentarily, and now the Orange have it. Here's Roberson, back to Benajay. Skies in for the layup and makes it. Benajay with some quick hands. He now has 10 points. The second player in double figures for Syracuse. Long 3 by Rodak, no good. Rebound Johnson.
Yeah, at this point it looks like Adrian's just throwing up anything just to get stuff, just to get points in.
And only 1 starter, though, in for Syracuse as well, so Boeheim recognizes this. Riley Wood with a good pass. And a charge call against Ricky Jackson. That's his 5th. He is fouled out of this game with 8:55 to go. He had 3 rebounds and 2 points here tonight. Eric Lewis will check in for Jackson. That ends his evening. Not a great night by Ricky. I mean, he just simply got in foul trouble and couldn't really get in a rhythm tonight.
Nothing you can do about that.
But they're going to need him next year. He's a guy that was one of the top scorers for this team last year, and he averaged 12.6 per game for Adrian.
He was that leading scorer along with Wesley Reed.
Yes. Good block shot there from behind by Lewis. Recovered, though, by Aboko. And he is going to be fouled and go to the free throw line. Lewis with the foul. 59-24 is our score. 8:43 to go, and Adrian College will call a timeout, a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Syracuse on a 22-0 run to start the second half.
That's
and that's why it's 59-24 with 8:43. So Adrian has gone 11-17 without a point here in the second half. Oboko misses the first one. Adrian trying to rebound last year. They had some injuries. Finished 5-20 overall. Oboko makes the second. Lewis is back this year, and he's a first-team All-Leaguer 2 years ago. Averaged over 17 a game. Last year played in just 2 contests before a knee injury forced him to medically redshirt. Pump fake, Rodak. Good defense there by Patterson. Goes inside. Justin Webster goes up with it. Ball loose. Fight for it. Webster's got it back. Absolutely mugged by Oboko, and there's going to be a foul. Physical play, and that's what Jim Boeheim has had his entire career here at Syracuse, just guys that are just physical.
Yeah.
They get in your face, they get inside you, and force you into a lot of mistakes. Webster going to the free throw line. This could break the scoreless drought for Adrian. And it does. 60-25. Tyler Roberson for Chris McCullough. Their freshmen, their heralded freshmen, haven't done a whole lot today, but the role players certainly have stepped up for Syracuse. 10 for Benajay and 10 for Patterson now out on the floor. The second one no good. Oboko rebounds, the sophomore from Rochester, New York.
Webster's got an interesting free throw approach. Yeah, it's almost like he's shooting the ball one-handed.
Yeah, almost like a shot put type deal, yeah. Stripped by the ball is Patterson, but grabbing it, Riley Wood was on the baseline. So unfortunate break there for Adrian College.
That's just a young player making a mistake there and not recognizing his surroundings.
That's right. Inbound Patterson. Benajay with it. Roberson given the room. He'll shoot a 3 and nail it. Ben Rodak did not challenge him there, and Roberson said, sure, I'll take this, and nailed it.
Such a pretty shot.
It sure is. 8 points, 5 rebounds for Roberson. Jamison Webster drives, hands it off to Eric Lewis in a dangerous spot. He was double-teamed and threw it off the leg of Patterson, and we're going to have a media timeout. 7:46 to go in this one. Syracuse 63 and Adrian 25.
And with that, we're going to throw it back over to Ellen Stanton, who's with the Dean of Admissions, or Dean of Students, sorry, Troy Schmidley. Ellen.
Troy Schmidley, the Dean of Students. How great of an opportunity is it for the Adrian College students here tonight?
Thanks for asking. It's really great. We had a bus full of students come. We've had people here for the last couple days. The players on the team got an opportunity to have a nice meal, check out campus, and get to play in this great facility. So it's going really well.
Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the game.
Thank you. You too.
Guys?
Back here at the Carrier Dome. The Syracuse cheerleaders entertaining the crowd here with an SU chant in front of us here, Ben, as it's 63-25 in favor of the Orange. 7:46 to go in this contest. Adrian playing their hearts out. There's no doubt about that. The determination and hustle is there, but you can certainly see the talent between Division I and Division III players.
You sure can. I'm sure it's tough for this Adrian team right now, being down by this much, but hey, you got to give credit where credit's due. It's a Division I team. You're playing against Syracuse. It was going to be a tough tall order.
Yeah, it was an uphill battle, and everybody knew that, and that's why you schedule this game, is to get some experience and see what you're made of against some of the top athletes in college basketball. Syracuse, a top 25 team nationally, 28-6. 14-4 in the ACC a year ago, and they lost some players off that squad. They're trying to gel a little bit. They got their home opener coming up against Kennesaw State. Looks like on Friday at 7 p.m. They'll play Hampton here at 4 p.m. on the 16th. And then head to Madison Square Garden, New York City, about, 300 miles or so from here. I almost wanted to keep driving when I saw that. I'm like, man, we're so close.
Saw the sign. It said 360.
Oh my gosh.
I was like,
We've already went 480. Why not go another 300? Not? Especially I had the privilege of being driven by my assistant, Ryan Hornack, who joined us at halftime. Just keep going, bud. Take a look at the stats a little bit. Syracuse now 21 of 59 overall from the floor. Adrian 9 of 37, so 22 more field goal attempts, and that's just because of offensive rebounds. 22 offensive rebounds to 9. Alley-oop on the backside. They tried one. Harp was the recipient, but it was knocked away by Roberson.
Hey, why not?
That works against Alma, though. No offense to them, but that would probably work.
Why not?
I know the Alma coach pretty well. I'm sure he'll get a chuckle. I'm sure he's listening, right? Skip past B.J. Johnson. Right wing drive in by Roberson. Up, no good, but he's going to be fouled by Armin Harp. 3 players in double figures right now for Orange. It's Christmas with 11, Benajay with 10, and Patterson with 10 points. Leading scorer right now for Adrian, 7 points. That's Justin Webster. 3 of those points have come with the free throw line. Is Roberson no good? Syracuse in the first half shot at 11 of 14 at the line, but just 4 of 9 now in the second half from the charity stripe. And there's certain things that have got to concern you if you're Coach Boeheim with this team.
Yeah, you can see the look of discomfort and disappointment whenever they've missed a free throw.
Arms crossed in front of him as
he's strictly business.
I was going to ask him for a selfie. I don't know. He doesn't seem like a guy that would take a lot of selfies.
No, he seems he's looked strictly business since we've gotten here.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea to not.
Oh, they're going
alley-oop to Harp for the dunk! Hopefully we got that on video, folks. I dunked on somebody that might make the NBA someday. Armin Harp with an alley-oop jam. That's the 26th and 27th point of this game. 64-27. That gives the road team just something to cheer about and their fans. They tried that play about a minute ago. Knocked away by the Orange. This time it works. Backside screen. 6:46 to go. 64-27 Syracuse. Oboko with it. Way out from the basket. Here's the pass. Joseph with it. Left-handed dribble. Cooney back in there now. B.J. Johnson head and shoulders fake. Got up in the air, and he nails that jump shot. And the basket's good, but they're going to have a push-off foul on Roberson. Basket will count. Roberson with a personal foul, his third. Boko will check out. Rakeem Christmas comes in. I'm sure he's heard several puns over his lifetime about Christmas. Huh?
Oh, yeah. Can only imagine.
Comes about once a year. What else? White Christmas. I mean, there's got to be all sorts of fun stuff. Another alley-oop. This time can't go over a 6'10 guy, though. That's a little bit more difficult. Knocked away. Here's Joseph with it. He's going to drive in. Nice up and under move. He did the European pro step there and scored. Eric Lewis the other way, though. Layup. Oh, no good. The net was messed with, and Coach White wants a goaltend. He won't get it. There's a diving play. Justin Webster with great effort out of bounds.
You got to love the effort that Adrian's putting out on the floor right now. Down 68-27. They're still not giving up in this game.
That's great by Justin Webster, diving for that ball head first. First time into the game is Joey Lesniak. He's a freshman from Almont, Michigan. 6'4", 195. He'll replace Harp. His first time in the game. 6 minutes to go in this one. It's 68-27 Syracuse. Curtis Gordon will come to the scorer's table. Check in at the next whistle. Caleb Joseph up with a 12-footer, and he knocks it down. Give Christmas the assist, and Syracuse has hit the 70-point mark here tonight. Certainly a different first and second half. Took Adrian over 11 minutes to score their first point here in the second half. Bounce pass in the post. Here's Webster going up strong. Can't finish, though. McCullough with the board over to Joseph. Works his way to the right wing. Pass across to McCullough, and we're going to have a whistle. And that's going to go against Rodak, it appears, in the low post. A push in the back against Christmas. It's going to be 3 fouls on Rodak. He and Justin Webster with 6 rebounds. Christmas back to the line, where he is 5 of 6 tonight. The 7th free throw rims out, no good. 3 subs, Barden, Wood, and Gordon back into the Adrian lineup. Jamison and Justin Webster, along with Eric Lewis, will exit. I'm not sure if they'll go back in, to be honest with you.
I doubt that. I doubt they come back into this game.
rest them up for the weekend. Misericordia, 6:30 p.m. on the 15th. On the road at Widener. So a lot of bus time. That's in PA, so you're going to go back home just to kind of drive back here. But you have to go to class, I suppose,
Yeah,
this week.
That's still a thing.
Yeah, you know. Education's pretty important. Ball stripped by Gordon, or from Gordon. Cooney with it now. Right wing, B.J. Johnson for three. No good. Rebound McCullough on the backside. Aboko with it. Oh, excuse me, Christmas with it to Joseph. Cooney now. Post pass inside. McCullough spins out of it, throws it to Joseph for three, and he nails it. That is the first three-pointer made by Caleb Joseph. He now has 5 points. And Adrian College will take a full timeout. No, I'm sorry, 30-second. I thought they already took a 30, 2 30s earlier, but we'll keep it here. 30-second timeout. 4:43 to go in this contest. Syracuse 74, Adrian 27. Taking a look at the replay screen here and looking at that Joseph triple try. 7 3-pointers now on the evening for Syracuse, 7 for 24. Glad you could join us. Ryan Thompson, Ben Molman from the Carrier Dome on the campus of Syracuse University here in Syracuse, New York. Some of the patrons now collecting their items as they're heading out the door. Beautiful weather here today. You never know when you're going to come here in upstate New York, but around high 50s today. A real pleasant drive on the way here.
Kind of reminded me of northern Michigan a little.
Yeah, I was going to say it definitely is a pretty flat in lower Michigan and Ohio when you get on that turnpike. But yeah, it's really pretty out here in terms of some of the scenery that you see coming in and from the past the Buffalo area and things like that. Really, a really nice part of the country. Curtis Gordon now with the ball, right wing to Riley Wood. He's D'd up there by Caleb Joseph. Hands it off to Rodak. Rodak squeezes underneath. Not a high percentage shot, but he gets it to go. 74-29. Joseph spins, dishes it to McCullough. He will score and be fouled.
What a move by Joseph to get down into the lane, make a spin move, and drop it off to the big man. You can't ask for more if you're Coach Bayon.
You can't, and that's a long lineage of good point guards here at Syracuse.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like he'll be another one before his time is done. Lesniak and Wood will exit. Earl Swift back in. Cameron Barden will exit. Just 2 seniors on this Adrian team. 4 or 5 juniors on this squad. McCullough trying to complete the 3-point play, and he does. 4:14 to go in this one. Big night for McCullough, Ben. 11 points, 16 rebounds.
I'd hope you bring down 16 rebounds at 6'10".
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's going to be something expected from McCullough throughout this season.
Deep three, Rodak. The bank is open here late night on a Monday night. 77-32 now. Rodak with the last 5 points for Adrian. Depth down low. Here's Rakeem Christmas. Squares up. Good cross-court pass. And Trevor Cooney hits it. The redshirt junior from Wilmington, Delaware, knocks it down, and it's now 80-32. Adrian wearing down a little bit. I think all that pressure for the last 37 minutes beginning to show a little bit in terms of their help side defense. Bounce pass to Rodak. He thinks about it. Drives in on Christmas. Up and under move. Blocked on the backside by McCullough. Earl Swift gets it. His shot is short. Johnson with the rebound. Joseph with it. Behind the back dribble. Drives into the paint. Stutter step. Shot short. Rebound Swift.
On that
Adrian, sorry.
On that last possession, the only mistake Swift made was to not go back up with that ball. He brought it back down to the floor and made it easy for Syracuse to strip it away from him.
Adrian with it. Curtis Gordon. Eli Robertson. Adrian going to work the shot clock here a little bit. Try to set up a play. Rodak's going to have a high screen possibly. They go away from him though. Earl Swift drives. Right baseline. Gregory Roy trapped, gets it to Eli Robertson, just got it off before the end of the shot clock, and he banks it home. That's the first two for Robertson. 2:20 to go in this one, 80-34 our score. McCullough posting up. He's going to be fouled in the low post. Devin Statfeld, freshman from Burton, Michigan, will get to play the final 2 minutes and 13 seconds. So now all 16 players have seen the court. And we're going to have a timeout. I believe that's our last media timeout. 2:13 to go in this one, 80-34 in favor of Syracuse.
We're going to send it over to Ellen Stanton, who's with Laura Sherab, members of the ACTV. Guys, what's going on?
Thanks, Ben. Here with Laura Sherab. Now you got the job set with Time Warner Cable. How was that?
It was so awesome. I was back in the truck, and all the equipment back there is so cool. And it was really overwhelming, but all of them are really nice, and they were explaining everything to me, so it was great.
And just from a fan of Adrian College, how has that been so far too here?
It's really cool. Like, I don't know, it's an interesting experience.
Thank you, and good luck with enjoy watching this rest of the game. Ben?
Thanks, guys, and what an experience that was. I'm, of course, a member of ACTV, and we took a trip over here as well. Time Warner Cable is broadcasting this game via video, and some of the members of ACTV got to go behind the scenes and job shadow with them, which is really cool.
Yeah, that is. I mean, that's a great opportunity for anybody to kind of job shadow and take a look at how things are run. I mean, you guys are certainly on the career path, and you want to get into that kind of stuff. And so we talk about, not just an athletic, but a kind of an educational experience, too, for some of our students to make this trip. And, I was saying on the way here, it's just totally a win-win situation for Adrian College in this contest. I know that the score is 80-34, but certainly this is something that a lot of people here will remember for a long time. Two minutes and 13 seconds left in this contest as Adrian huddles up here right in front of us. Stadfeld, Wood, Henry, Jamison Webster, and Roy will probably close things out here in the final 2:13 of this one. Glad you could join us here on a Monday night. McCullough will be at the free throw line as we get back to action. 7 of 7 at the free throw line for McCullough. 11 points, 16 rebounds. 9 of those have been offensive. That one is good. So you got to love the free throw touch by the big man from Bronx, New York.
He's going to be a scary player once he's fully developed. We talked about him earlier before this game. He's a potential lottery pick for next year. When you can shoot free throws, get blocks, play good defense, and get points for your team, you're going to be a pretty big asset, especially big man.
Right.
Tough to come by in the NBA.
McCullough checks out. B.J. Johnson in for him. Roy with the ball. Stadfeld with it now, his first action. Jamison Webster with it. Point guard dribbles with his left hand there. Skips it to Roy. Roy's looking inside. Ken Henry cutting to the ball. Can't find him. Back to Jamison Webster. Head and shoulders fake. He jumps into somebody. And that's going to be a blocking foul on B.J. Johnson. First foul against B.J. 4 against the Cuse here in the second half. Jamison Webster inbounds underneath his own basket. Riley Wood double team. That pass was deflected away. Benajay with the knockaway. 1:46 to go. 28 on the shot clock as Webster will inbound in front of us. Into the backcourt. Greg Roy with the ball. Skip pass. Webster a deep three. Short off the front of the rim. Ken Henry with the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Aboko, and it'll remain Adrian basketball. Adrian talking about their strategy on this inbounds. Quick inside. Riley Wood gets rejected there by Roberson. They tried to quick snap it there.
Went through
quick hitter.
Aboko's legs there, too.
How about that? Quick hitter, not quite there. Nice bounce pass in. Good head and shoulders fake. Roy gets 2 men up in the air and gets the foul.
And see, it's things like that. You see the team all clapping. They're excited. You know, it's positive things like that you get out of a game like this. When it's so lopsided, you gotta find some positives in this game.
That certainly was for Roy. Good 2 moves actually back to back. He's at the free throw line. That one rims out. Coach White coaching him up to the end. 82-34 our score. Greg makes the second. He can tell his kids someday that he scored against the Syracuse Orange.
Yep.
Right wing here. Patterson dribbles. Benajay jump shot from 8 feet. Air ball. Riley Wood with it. Jamison Webster brings it up in a hurry. Right wing. Devin Stadfeld with the ball. Gets it knocked away. Jamison Webster tries to go baseline, and he is bodied up by Aboko. That's going to be out of bounds. That was on the pass. 6 team fouls now against Syracuse. Reset of the shot clock. They're playing with just 30-second shot clock experiment here in the exhibition season. Henry tried to put it on the deck. Stolen by Benajay. Under a minute now to play in this one. B.J. Johnson down to Patterson. Good ball movement by the Cuse. 3-pointer on the way. Rambles out. Offensive rebound there. Good job by Aboko cleaning up the garbage, and he puts back the Bunny 84-35. Adrian with more than likely their last possession possibly of this one. Webster swings it to Roy for 3, just short. Aboko with a one-handed rebound. Benajay with it. Under 30 seconds to go. See if the Cuse pushes the ball, and Benajay will travel. Took some steps before he put it on the deck. 25.3 to go. 84-35. Syracuse with the lead. Stadfeld with the ball. They're going to hold it for one shot, it appears. What's impressive with this 2-3 zone is they have the guys on the wings all the way above the free throw line. Usually that zone is a little bit lower, but they just put so much pressure.
Yeah, you notice it's always normally it's over by the baseline. They're covering pretty much the baseline, but like you said, they're over by the elbows.
Right.
Playing pretty high, and that's been the story of this game. The Bulldogs just couldn't get over half, couldn't really force anything into the inside.
That'll be the ball game. Adrian turns it over with 4 seconds left, and Syracuse will dribble things out as Coach Boeheim and Coach White shake hands. And this has got to be a cool moment for our players, too, to go through the handshake line and get to shake hands with a Hall of Fame coach and Coach Boeheim. And what a neat moment to do that. And not only that, but to shake hands with a good opponent in the Syracuse Orange. 84-35 is our final score. We'll take a quick break, come back with some final stats. back with our final stats. Ben Moman, what do you got for us?
Well, the Bulldogs, 27% field goal percentage. Syracuse 40. They definitely improved after that first half. Made a lot more threes. 8 for 27 for Syracuse, 5 for 23 for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs being out-rebounded at 48-34, and in the offensive side, 24-12 in the offensive rebounds. That was the story of the game. Bench points, 31-8. Turnovers, Bulldogs just too many turnovers, 29-6. And points off those turnovers, 42, and that's half of the Syracuse Orange's points. And
Wow.
30 points in the paint to 10. You don't usually say that stats tell the story, but the stats really told the story of this game. And second chance points, 26-3.
Yeah, those are some staggering numbers indeed. But, Adrian came out and fought valiantly. And, we've mentioned this several times. I mean, you're going to come up with, different reasons why this didn't work out. Obviously, just the height of Syracuse is something that, we couldn't combat here tonight. But certainly what a great experience for all involved. And we'll sign off. Our final score is Syracuse 84 and Adrian 35 for Ben Moman. I'm Ryan Thompson. Thank you for joining us here this evening. Come out this year to the Marilat Center to watch this team. Should be a lot of fun.